All right. Welcome, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, to 977 Talkback. हाम्रो यो कति 13th episode होइन लास्ट विकको पोडकास्ट हेर्नु भएको छैन भने प्लिज गो एन्ड वाच इट हामीले प्रेडिक्सन लिभरपुल र युनाइटेडको प्रेडिक्सन वी आर नट पोजिटिभ लेट्स जस्ट से द्याट होइन तर अनलकी नम्बर 13 होइन लकी नम्बर 13 भयो पोडकास्टको नम्बर 13 जस्तै होइन United 2, Liverpool 1. How we feeling, guys? How we feeling?
Over the moon, bro.
Yeah.
रमाइलो लागिरहेछ होइन was not expecting this result, but I guess it's good to win against your rivals.
Yeah. हामीले नजितेको पनि धेरै भयो थियो नि त like the last time we beat them was what like 4 years ago 4.5 years
4.5 years भन्दा थियो दिउँसो so yeah
Last
Premier League मा चाहिँ
seasonको स्कोर्सहरु के थियो 0-4 and 0-5 भने के हो
9-0 aggregate नि
0-9
सबको ठाउँ
आज झन्नै तर इन्ट्रेस्ट शुद्ध फिर्ता दिइसकेको थियो नि ब्रो हामी अनलकी भयो है भोकि लकी भयो भन्ने हैन तर yeah guys played really well today आजको गेम चाहिँ कसैले पनि एक्सपेक्ट गरेको थिएन युनाइटेड फ्यान एकजनाले पनि एक्सपेक्ट गरेको थिएन होला आज जित्छ भनेर अल्दो अब लिभरपुलको पनि लास्ट 2 गेम्स त्यस्तो खतरा त भएको छैन हैन अनि दे आर मिसिङ सम बिग प्लेयर्स फ्रम देयर रोस्टर तर ह्याभिङ सेड द्याट युनाइटेड पनि अब हुन्छ नि एकदम अब 20th मा थियो ब्रो हामी हैन त्यो भन्दा तल त कुनै टिमै छैन नि त So yeah, it was a good win, bro, and it was a good game too. Yeah, really good game, man. म सोचेको थिएन bro, त्यस्तो dominating approach हुन्छ युनाइटेड को against लिभरपुल भनेर क्या
नितिश दाइ
हैन मैले पनि एक्सपेक्ट गरेको थिइनँ अब अझ कति मान्छेहरूले त मैले त पहिला सालालाई क्याप्टेन राखेको थिएँ आफ्नो फ्यान्टेसीमा हैन के रे गोल हान्छ ह्याट्रिक हान्छ लास्ट सिजन जस्तै होइन तर लास्ट सेकेन्डमा चेन्ज गरे हाल्यान्डमा हैन अनि I was not expecting बढी भयो 0-0 ड्र होला हुन्छ नि एकदमै डिफेन्सिभ खेल्न सोचिरहेको थिएँ हैन तर when the squad came out अनि त्यसपछि जुन स्टाइलमा हामीले स्टार्ट गर्यो नि गेम that was very promising के अनि I think लिभरपुलले चाहिँ they're struggling हुन्छ नि as I think Joe Gomez and Virgil van Dijk as well as Trent Alexander-Arnold like all of them had like horrible games like I think collectively I think Liverpool को डिफेन्सिभ युनिट को चाहिँ one of the worst game थियो चाहिँ कहिले कस्तो हुन्थ्यो भने एकजनाले नराम्रो खेल्यो अर्कोले राम्रो खेलेर हुन्थ्यो नि त तर collectively like 3 of the back 4 were like below I think rating गर्दाखेरि below 5 थियो के आज so
फेरि ट्रेन्टको चाहिँ डिफेन्स त त्यस्तो खतरा त थिएन नि त कहिले पनि उसको त
हैन तर अट्याक he would make it up with his crosses so त्यो give and take हो हैन so
यस्तो भयो जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई चाहिँ like he was not used to playing that far back के हुन्छ नि he was used to playing हुन्छ नि on the opponent's half हैन अनि कस्तो के भने रिस्क मिनिमाइजेसन टाइपको गेम हुन्थ्यो नि त बल अपोनेन्टको हातमा राख्यो भने आफ्नो हातमा आएर डिफेन्डै गर्नु पर्दैन नि त तर आज चाहिँ लाइक वी ह्याड सम really good works on the wings हैन जसले गर्दा चाहिँ ट्रेन्ट वाज फोर्स्ड टु स्टे इन हिज हाफ क्या सो जनी एकदम म्यासिभली डिफेन्स गर्नु पर्यो
इन डिफेन्स अफ लिभरपुलको डिफेन्स चाहिँ कस्तो भनेदेखि आफ्नो टिमलाई पनि भएर थाहा हुने होला कि त्यो कस्तो भनेदेखि when you don't have your holding midfielder playing good game हैन डिफेन्स विल स्ट्रगल क्या हाम्रो पनि अब फ्रेड अथवा मैक्टोमिनी खेल्दाखेरि Shaw Maguire all of them will struggle नि त हैन as a Henderson I think was the worst player so I think that is really underrated हैन it's easy to point out TA or Van Dijk had a horrible game but then I think Henderson had the worst of it so
or हामीलाई अलिकति अन्डरएस्टिमेट पनि गरे जस्तो लाग्यो किनकि स्टार्टिङ विथ फाबिन्यो अन बेन्च हैन दे वुड नेभर डु द्याट अगेन्स्ट सिटी or they would never do that against Chelsea के
but then Fabinho 100% थियो I thought he was not 100%.
If you're on the bench, you're 100% guy, bro. There's no point of keeping you on the bench if you're not good to play, guy. I know. मलाई चाहिँ त्यस्तो लाग्छ हैन तर like I said कता कता क्लबले अर लिभरपुलले पनि आज युनाइटेडले यस्तो खेल्छ भनेर सोचेको थिएन जस्तो लाग्यो क्या आई थिङ्क दे केम टु ओल्ड ट्राफोर्ड होइन नोइङ द्याट देयर गोना विन द गेम के होइन अनि वी सरप्राइज थियौँ क्या त्यही भएर अतुल के छ तिम्रो टेक
It was a good performance. It was a good performance, होइन म त like you guys know I don't trust these players at all. अनि मलाई केटाहरूको भरोसै लाग्दैन होइन so I was very pleasantly surprised to see them working hard अनि like working hard as in like blindly working hard होइन कि it made sense क्या where to work hard and where to press अनि when to drop back होइन सबै राम्ररी गर्यो अनि I guess it goes back to coaching. I think Ten Hagले strengths and weaknesses हरू बुझेर होइन अब उसले लिभरपुलको weaknessesहरू अब Trent is their strength but also one of their major weaknesses होइन so like first halfमा everything went down the left. हाम्रो फर्स्ट गोल पनि लेफ्टबाट नै क्रिएट भएको हो होइन इलाङ्गा एन्ड रासफोर्ड दे वर रनिङ रिङ्स अराउन्ड देम खासै केही पनि गर्न सकेन अनि लाइक मलाई चाहिँ के मन पर्यो भन्दाखेरि द इन्टेन्सिटी क्या त्यो गेमको इन्टेन्सिटी हुन्छ नि लाइक द फर्स्ट ट्याकल नै मार्टिनेजले क्या पछाडिबाट आएर ढालेको नि मिलनरलाई होइन मिलनर कि हेन्डरसनलाई मिलनरलाई हो जस्तो लाग्यो लाइक द फर्स्ट थिङ वाज लाइक गिभिङ अ क्रन्च ट्याकल क्या they had a little bit of the little bit of thing going on होइन अनि which I like क्या किनभने for far too long हाम्रो केटाहरू चाहिँ कस्तो भइरहेको थियो भन्दाखेरि लाइक हुन्छ नि लिभरपुल हामी भन्दा राम्रो छ भन्दैमा लाइक वी वर गिभिङ देम फार टु मच रेस्पेक्ट जस्तो लाग्छ कि फिल्डमा चाहिँ I think that did not happen today अनि इन्टरभ्यूमा पनि टेन हागले भनेको थियो नि इट वाज द क्यारेक्टर द एटिट्युड होइन ट्याक्टिकल भन्दा पनि देयर वाज डेफिनेटली ट्याक्टिकल पोइन्ट अफ भ्यू when he started with Varane अनि Malacia over Maguire and Shaw which we'll definitely get into तर like the desire and त्यो hunger to win the ball back and go and attack and defend well, defend as a team. That was good to see. The only hope now is hopefully this will continue. I know. Hopefully this is not a one-off. I know.
म चाहिँ के भन्नु लागेको थियो भने about consistency होइन it's not the first time we have seen के अरे United pulling performances when we are down के हुन्छ नि a couple of times when Mourinho was about to be sacked, we had these performances against City or Liverpool. Same thing with like Ole, right? Right in the verge of getting sacked, and then all of a sudden your performance on the. Is it that? I don't know. I mean, given the past, I don't trust these players still. So
exactly,
I don't trust this.
Exactly. मेरो पनि त्यही point of view, okay? मेरो पनि same. Exactly, that's the point of view. I just hope like हुन्छ नि किनभने we know these guys have a little bit of an ego. Unwarranted ego, unproven ego छ के यो प्लेयरहरुको हैन I mean I'm not trying to be like हुन्छ नि त्यो vibes लाई ब्रेक गर्न खोजिरहेको हैन कि म यहाँ फेरि क्या हैन it's a good win हैन obviously it's a good win the boys played well हैन proud performance थियो but at the end of the day I just go back to like हुन्छ नि last season को performances अनि when like crunch time को performances हरु हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ मलाई चाहिँ यो केटाहरुले अझै पनि सक्दैन जस्तो लाग्छ के I don't think like हुन्छ नि उनीहरुले it's easier to भन्छ नि फुटबलमा especially professional footballमा it's easier to motivate yourself when you're playing against a better team it's harder to motivate when you know the other team is lesser than you get so no disrespect to Southampton हैन next week Southampton सँग खेल्दाखेरि युनाइटेडले यस्तै इन्टेन्सिटीले खेल्छ जस्तो चाहिँ लाग्दैन के मलाई के युनाइटेडको प्लेयर्स
100% chance हैन we might lose that game के हुन्छ नि bro because as a लिभरपुलसँग 2-1 जित्यो अनि सडनली अब हामी सबैको मोरल हाइछ हैन अनि ओके पोजिटिभिटी धेरै भएको छ यो विकमा हैन now we don't have to start with McFred हैन we have Casemiro हैन I'm not sure how fit he is or how के भन्ने included he is in our next week's squad हैन तर we have Casemiro now अनि त्यो Casemiro आउने बित्तिकै our midfield will look हुन्छ नि from bad to decent के हैन अनि त्यो सबै उहरु छ के भन्ने भेरिएबल्सहरु हैन आजसम्मको गेम र नेक्स्ट विकको यो गेममा बट पुरै हेर्ने भने आजको गेम जितेर ल ओए लिभरपुललाई 2-1 हरायो सर फाइनली आफ्टर 4-5 त त्यो मोरल बुस्ट हुने ठाउँ त छ बट हुन्छ नि 7 days ago हैन ब्रेन्टफोर्ड वाज रियल के 4-0 against Brentford and was real guy. 7 days before that, 2-1 against Brighton at home was as real as it was, bro. We are still 2-1 down when it comes to good game day and bad game day. So the majority of our season has been us playing like shit. So I'm still there with you, Atul, despite being ultra positive at the beginning of the season. Right now I'm with you, bro, and I understand.
Yeah, I think we've like before we've overhyped players, we've overhyped results, extremes मा मात्रै गइन्थ्यो के हामी के गेम एउटा जित्यो भने ल यो केटाहरुले सही खेल्छ हैन नेक्स्ट वीक पनि जित्छ त्या यो टिम बबाल छ भन्ने हैन अनि एउटा गेम हार्यो भने these guys are shit हैन यो प्लेयरहरु हुँदैन भन्ने एक्सट्रिमिजममा गइन्थ्यो के तर अब चाहिँ I think we're in a place where like we're very neutral as in terms of like United ko gameplay players we're very neutral and we watch it with like a के भन्ने त्यो open mindedness के हुन्छ नि अब राम्रो खेल्यो राम्रो हो but you also have that feeling of doubt हैन creeping in your mind where you know like हुन्छ नि पहिलाको किनभने 70% of the players are still the same players from last year अनि last season हामीले देखि नै हाल्यो हैन यो केटाहरुले के गर्छ भनेर हैन
we lost a few good ones
you know when they don't feel like it
अलि राम्रैले माथि छ गयो नि त फेरि
right त्यही त ल ठिकै छ जोस it's good to have the 3 points हैन at least we can have that bragging rights until the next match against Liverpool league ma हैन at least त्यो bragging right त भयो नि त
at least your season Manchester won Merseyside
zero exactly at least it's not 9-0 yeah at least it's not 4-0 we didn't get bashed we played well we beat them
bro यो हप्ता चाहिँ मजाले लिने हो हैन next week साउथहम्पटनको गेम सम्म मजाले अब हैन अब चाहिँ
साउथहम्पटनको
yeah
त्यसपछि
exactly
James Ward-Prowse 85th minute मा फ्री किक छिराउँछ जस्तो लाग्छ
हो भने he's in good form. Okay, talking about other teams of the league, हैन ठ्याक्क त्यो पनि भित्र पनि छिरिहाल्यो अरु रिजल्टहरु पनि कुरा गरौँ हैन Harry Kane with the winner हैन with the winner against Wolves बिचरा है अलिकति राम्रो टप टिम winning championship winning team बाट खेल्ने भएको भए he would be counted as one of the greatest strikers ever. Okay.
I mean
Premier League ko one of the greatest definitely bro despite winning or not winning things as an individual player matre there's only been like 5 or 6 guys like him in entire history of English football
and just this game week
right
he broke Aguero's record Premier League ma highest scoring from one team I think he got his 185th goal so and he has the chance to break Andy Cole's record in a couple of weeks, just 2 goals behind. He could catch up to Alex here. So
3 goals to break the record and move past that milestone. But potentially a hat-trick will do it. So it could happen next week. We never know.
It could happen. It could happen.
अनि मलाई कस्तो लाग्छ भने अस्तिको गेममा के यो अस्तिको गेम विकमा हैन when you saw Kevin De Bruyne making that pass to Bernardo Silva हैन imagine मलाई चाहिँ जहिले पनि हैन imagine Kane having the services of Kevin De Bruyne के Spurs मा चाहिँ अहिले उनै ड्रप डाउन गरेर he plays a completely different game he does not play like a number 9 Spurs मा हैन imagine KDB as his provider के would be unstoppable जस्तो लाग्छ तर कस्तो हुन्छ भन्दैन Harry Kane को चाहिँ on a lot of big games चाहिँ he kind of misses out when because Spurs मा play making players छैन नि त खासै अनि
exactly
in kind of the big games he misses out अनि overrated हो कि भन्ने कुरा आउँछ हैन तर personally मलाई चाहिँ हैन I think what he has done with Spurs is like brilliant के
yes तिम्रो
and I think if Alex Ferguson was still our manager when Rooney left Harry Kane was the absolute replacement के you would have signed Harry Kane no matter what
for sure अनि तिम्रो पोइन्टलाई ब्याक गर्ने त्यही क्या प्ले मेकिङ को कुरा आयो नि ओके ल Harry Kane has as many goals as he has हैन playing for Tottenham है अब Tottenham को पास्ट फ्यु सिजन मात्रै हेरौँ होइन बिग टिमसँग स्ट्रगल गर्छ इजी टिमलाई मात्रै गोल हान्छ भन्ने कुरा क्या द मोस्ट probably the only playmaking player होइन a good playmaking player that Tottenham has होइन Tottenham had plays for United now okay Eriksen अब अहिले जतिसुकै खतरा होस् टोटनह्यामको मिडफिल्ड डिफेन्सिभली त्यो मिडफिल्ड ब्रिलियन्ट छ ब्रो होइन वेबर्ग तिम्रो बिसुमा यु नेम इट ब्रो होइन अति खतरा छ क्या मिडफिल्ड तर प्लेमेकिङको हिसाबले हेर्दा अनि मिडफिल्डबाट अट्याक गर्ने हिसाबले हेर्दाखेरि त होइन छैन नि त हाउ मेनी टोटनह्याम मिडफिल्डर्स हेभ स्कोर्ड हुन्छ नि एज मेनी एज अदर टिमको मिडफिल्डर्सहरू इन द पास्ट 2 or 3 years होइन वाइ डु यु थिङ्क लाइक केन र सन चाहिँ जहिले पनि अगाडि हुन्छ क्या टोटनह्यामको गोल स्कोरिङमा किनकि मिडफिल्डबाट गोलै हान्दा छैन नि त अब जस्तै तिम्रो सिटीबाट गोल स्कोरिङको हेऱ्यो भने होइन अहिले हालान्ड छ होइन बट चान्सेस आर हालान्ड माइट नट एन्ड अप होइन एज द हाइएस्ट गोल स्कोरर फर सिटी दिस सिजन क्या इट कुड भेरी वेल बी गुन्डोगान इट कुड भेरी वेल बी डिब्रोइना क्या बिकज goals they come from everywhere in a team like City होइन तर टोटनह्याममा त it has to come with Kane it has to come with Son it only makes होइन उसको accomplishment झन् खतरा क्या मेरो विचारमा चाहिँ क्या त्यो overrated भन्ने कुरै लाग्दैन क्या ब्रो playing for a team like Tottenham which lacked होइन attacking midfield style हुन्छ नि playing style he did like brilliant क्या City or 2008-9 post Ronaldo को post Davis को United मा त्यो क्यालिबरको प्लेयर भएको भए he would be like हुन्छ नि way above हुन्छ नि त्यो गोल स्कोरिङ ट्यालीमा क्या brilliant player
Yeah. Okay. Moving from one North London club to the other, you know. Unfortunately, Arsenal they look like they know what they're doing on the field and off the field.
Invincible,
it hurts to say. These young, very vibrant team. I know Bournemouth like teams now, right? Damn man, Gabriel Jesus.
Signing boy. I never thought Gabriel Jesus damn signing on Arsenal, but what spot on, brilliant signing.
Spot on.
And
brilliant signing.
I think on Arsenal one of the biggest underrated signing of last season गरे होइन तर Odegaard has been really brilliant. Okay? He has I think people give a lot of credit to Martinelli होइन but I think Martinelli and Bukayo Saka होइन तर Odegaard I think is what runs that team के so अनि अर्को चाहिँ
they've got Saliba too now.
Saliba is a good player
in defense. Good, very very good goal too. Bournemouth I think third goal ki second goal I think third goal right third goal.
And then
kids will get out like I know like it's only the beginning of the season. Last season पनि Arsenal they had a very bad start, three defeats in a row होइन त्यसपछि they picked up some momentum अनि I think at the tail end of the season उनीहरुको form अलिकति बिग्रेर अनि they got out of top 4 अनि Tottenhamले उनीहरुलाई overtake गर्यो हैन is it too early to call them as a title contender ki like maybe looking at how the league is going on with Liverpool like dropping points, not winning a single game in 3 games, Man City dropping points as well against Newcastle, are Arsenal like a dark horse? You यसपालिको league
अहिले भन्न अलि मिल्दैन यार किनकि ओके Arsenal को फुटबल दामी छ हैन तर take one player out of that starting 11 के अनि how would they look कोस Gabriel Jesus injured भयो नि कोस replacement हैन City अनि उनीहरुसँग चाहिँ त्यो डेप्थ छ के स्क्वाडमा if City loses one of those players हैन the replacement will be just as good क्या उनीहरुको सिस्टममा डिफरेन्स आउँदैन क्या Arsenal they are one injury away from blowing it all up क्या so अहिले चाहिँ it's too early हैन तर having said that the only team with 9 points in 3 games हैन so credit चाहिँ दिन्छु म they playing brilliant football but it is too early किनकि धेरै variablesहरु छ नि त one of those players could be sent off miss 3 games lose those 3 के never know
तर
consistency
तर I think Arsenal fans have to be really happy के हुन्छ नि the way the team has been rebuilt होइन त्यो स्क्वाड हेऱ्यो भने पनि इट्स अ कम्प्लिट रिबिल्ड नि एभ्री वान इज यङ हुन्छ नि होइन भनौँ न अब ओडिगार्ड इज यङ जेजुस इज यङ त्यसपछि सलिबा इज यङ जिनचेङको लाइक न्यू साइनिङ रियली ग्रेट साइनिङ होइन आई नेभर न्यू वाइ सिटी लेट हिम गो क्या हुन्छ नि त्यो के अरे पेप गार्डियोलाले आर्टेटालाई आइएम डुइङ यु अ फेभर भनेर पठाए जस्तो कि जिनचेङको I know City needed. City still need defenders. You know, City ko Kyle Walker was horrible during the weekend with Saint Maximin. I don't know why they let Zinchenko go, but then Arsenal has a very young squad, and their fans need to be should be very happy with it. Okay? Very young squad, very promising. But I think it's too early to say they are going to be title contenders or not. किनकि अब स्क्वाड डेप्थ नभइकन अलिक गाह्रै छ क्या तर यसो हेऱ्यो भने होइन स्क्वाड डेप्थ यो प्रिमियर लिगमा सिटीको बाहेक अरू कसैको देख्दिनँ क्या म
To be honest, हिजो like even today, Liverpool ko bench हेर्ने हो भने you know due to the injuries and stuff, like they had nobody to bring in. Like Carvalho थियो होइन Fabinho थियो, but he's a regular starter, so you know like बेन्चबाट लिएर आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ लिभरपुलको पनि इन्जुरीहरूले गर्दा चाहिँ क्वालिटी चाहिँ खासै नरहेछ बेन्चमा बट इन टर्म्स अफ आर्सनल आई रियली थिङ्क यु नो देव टर्न्ड अ कर्नर I mean it could just be something हुन्छ नि अब like it could just be a false storm as well, like हुन्छ नि अब just going with the hype and stuff, that could happen as well. But अहिलेसम्मको like 3 games हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ they've been the way they play has been very consistent, offensively, defensively पनि very sound. Bournemouth like they just played them off the park, and Bournemouth seems like they'll be one of the teams fighting for relegation. Scott Parker ko team again. अर्को आर्सेनलबाट अब ठ्याक्कै लन्डनमै बसिराखौँ होइन लन्डनको अर्को टिम चेल्सी very bad result. Leeds United ले 3-0 win right. Koulibaly with a red card.
I don't think red card is the worst case. He had a terrible game.
Yeah. Like on like I want like मलाई चाहिँ कस्तो लाग्यो भन्दा I think it does not matter if you're you know like Premier League ma you know just because you're tall and big does not mean you're gonna be able to handle it, yeah. And just because you are 5'9" does not mean you can't handle it. Premier League ma, na. Premier League is a different gravy. Ani मलाई त्यही भएर चाहिँ you know Koulibaly was a good signing, but very poor mistake. Both yellows, हैन avoidable mistakes हरु गरेर रेड कार्ड खायो. But Leeds United good performance.
Leeds United good performance अनि सबसे हाँसेको मैले एउटा meme देखाएको थिएँ के we lost 3-0 against a team who is coached by a person that calls the game soccer भनेर
बिचरा त्यो जेसे मार्स त फर्स्ट टाइम आउँदाखेरि त अनि यु नो लाइक टेड लासो भनेर हुन्छ नि खिस उडाइरहेको थियो नि त which is very you know unfair to him because he spent a good amount of years in European football हैन लाइप्जिगको म्यानेजर भयो त्यो भन्दा अगाडि I think he was part of was it Salzburg coach to get it. Yeah, he's always been part of that त्यो छ नि त्यो New York त्यो Red Bull organization के. Before that, he was the coach for New York Red Bulls, it's MLS ma, so he's always been part of that organization. So when he which is funny, I mean, it is funny, you know, but you know, it's still unfair. But yeah, good result for Leeds United. अब हाम्रो noisy neighbors. Right.
Man City.
Unfortunately, it's very good. Manchester City 3, Newcastle 3. What a game of football, huh? What a game.
That was a game. And I think Newcastle showed what to do with City. You have to play not scared with them. You don't need to be scared.
Yeah.
They will kill you. They will tear you apart. But then look at what Saint Maximin did to Kyle Walker. That was ridiculous.
That was a view to watch. He's a Saint Maximin. What a player.
Yeah.
तर मैले पढ्न दिलाइरहेको के हो होइन हिजो ग्रुपमा त्यो गेमको कुरा भइरहेको थियो नि अनि 3-1 अप थियो न्युकासल होइन अनि मैले भन्थेँ कि हुन्छ नि इट इज हाइली पोसिबल द्याट सिटी कुड स्कोर लाइक 3 more एन्ड विन दिस गेम 4-3 होइन द्याट गुड मात्र के भने थिएँ लाइक नेक्स्ट 5 minutes दे स्कोर 2
क्या मलाई त 3-1 हुँदाखेरि पनि सिटी वुड कम ब्याक जस्तो लागेको थियो क्या बिकज
bro if you have a player who can beat 5 players with a pass होइन
that's
you could be playing 88th minute of the game 2 goals and still win it क्या अस्ति त्यो त प्रुभ भइहाल्यो नि होइन वेडर ब्रेमन र डर्टमन्डको म प्रिमियर लिग भन्दा बाहिर गयो वेडर ब्रेमनले डर्टमन्डसँग 2-0 डाउन भएको गेम 88th मिनटमा बाई द टाइम द फाइनल विसल वाज ब्लोन दे वन द गेम 3-2 क्या सो एनिथिङ क्यान ह्यापन इन फुटबल इफ युआर गुड इनफ क्या and City they are as best as they come as good as they come
and then Kevin De Bruyne like it's just unreal it's just unreal I mean,
what a player,
Chelsea,
man! What a player!
Chelsea fans must be cursing Jose for.
एकतिर KDB, एकतिर Salah है चेल्सीलाई त रहिला भयो.
And तर Salah, like he's a really good goal scorer, होइन. He has been the best, but then त्यो जुन KDB को त्यो खेल्ने स्टाइलमा त्यो he's very slick होइन. Salah को मा चाहिँ I don't know, अब maybe I'm because he's a Liverpool player, I'm being biased होइन तर त्यो हेर्दाखेरि जुन रमाइलो आउँछ नि हुन्छ नि ओ यो प्लेयरले खेल्दाखेरि चाहिँ ओ he is on a different gravy भने जस्तो क्या होइन he's on a different level KDB लाग्यो तर I mean no offense to Salah and their fans होइन he has been one of the best players in the past 5 years होइन but then KDB को गेम हेर्दा जुन रमाइलो आउँछ नि Salah को हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ त्यो आउँदैन क्या so
offense really so if you want to take the offense take it हुन्छ नि we pocketed your little guy क्या today त्यो चाहिँ अलिकति बेसी बोल्यो today he was a little guy
yeah no he was definitely हुन्छ नि Malaysia I think this was his full debut होइन United को लागि because all of the games has been from the bench यत्रो ठुलो गेममा the way he came in and handled that pressure it was very very good I just hope like you know he does not degrade like most of the players at United म चाहिँ United को कुरा गर्ने बित्तिकै कस्तो पोजिटिभिटीमा पनि नेगेटिभिटी आइहाल्छ
बिगारिहाल्छ कि आज मात्रै हो कि भने जस्तो
तर
okay like there's always that doubt
he's good
होइन तर I think will that give more incentive to Luxor to be better as well last time signing के अरे I think कस्तो signing टेलेसको signing पछि Luxor had a fantastic season नि हैन I don't know if it will give incentive to Luxor.
I don't right now I don't care bro. Luxor and Maguire bench for good. As a Johnny proof like Luxor and Maguire are the key players and dragging our entire defense down. Yeah.
I know they are like pretty terrible. I know तर मलाई अर्को के अरे the reason why our defense looks even worse is because David De Gea को command नै छैन plus he does not get off the line के अनि with Maguire being very slow होइन sometimes he needs the keeper to be अलि अगाडि आएर proactive like how अस्तिको गेममा I think Dean Henderson how he came off the line and then made himself big नि होइन David De Gea would never do that अनि त्यसपछि के अरे कुन चाहिँले लेखिरहेको थियो के अरे the same run Dean Henderson made to stop a goal. David De Gea would not do it, and then Alex Goldbridge would make like a 5-minute video on why Maguire is terrible. And I think that's also a good point. Maguire has been terrible, right? Not taking anything away from it.
Yeah.
But I think a good goalkeeper is also required to help the defense.
Isn't
any other football club?
Isn't it obvious कि तर लाइक हुन्छ नि अब डेभिड डीले कन्ट्रोल गर्ने त बक्स हो नि त हैन तर मगवायर र लुक्स त आउट प्ले नै हुन्छ क्या हुन्छ नि इभन आउटसाइड अफ द बक्स क्या हुन्छ नि अरू टिमको गोलकिपर्सहरूले फेस नै नगर्नुपर्ने च्यालेन्जेसहरू डेभिड डीले फेस गरिरहेछ त्यो पनि एउटा फ्याक्ट हो नि त बिकज द सर्ट कमिङ्स अफ आवर डिफेन्स स्पेसली अन द लेफ्ट साइड क्या जुन साइडबाट चाहिँ श र मगवायरको पार्टनरसिप खेल्छ नि त्यो साइड त इट्स बिन एज विक एज इट्स एभर बिन क्या युनाइटेडमा होइन अनि हुन्छ उनीहरूको नि मोमेन्ट होला कुनै गेममा अब लास्ट सिजन लास्ट सिजन होइन त्योभन्दा अगाडि सिजन त सले सिटीलाई पनि गोल हान्दै भने होइन तर हाउ अफन डज द्याट ह्यापन क्या मोस्ट अफ द टाइम त हामीले स र मगवायरले अब खेल्नै नसके नै देखिरह नि त होइन सो आई थिङ्क राइट नाउ मार्टिनेज र मलेसिया सुड रिप्लेस मगवायर र सलाई स्टार्टिङ 11मा अनि इभन इफ भरान अर मार्टिनेज के अरे अभाइलेबल छैन भने पनि आई वुड लाइक गो स्ट्रेट फर लिन्डलफ होइन बिफोर आई वुड गो फर मगवायर क्या एट दिस पोइन्ट इट्स बिन सच अ ड्र्याग क्या सच अ ड्र्याग
डु यु थिङ्क विथ क्यासेमिरोको साइनिङ पछि द्याट वुड चेन्ज आई डोन्ट नो लाइक that could make it more stable. And I think Maguire...
Things like Fred or McTominayले गर्न नसकेको चिज मगवायरले कन्ट्रोल गर्ने कुराहरू त्यो कुराहरू चाहिँ चेन्ज हुन्छ डेफिनेटली होइन बिकज क्यासेमिरो he hasn't played for us होइन so I might be too early saying it तर as far as we've seen him play होइन in big stages like 5 Champions League finals for the matter होइन he's been really good होइन he's probably one of the best CDM in the world right now क्या Casemiro उनले गर्दाखेरि डेफिनेटली फ्रेड र म के अरे म्याक्टोमिनेसँग भन्दा त कम्फोर्टेबल हुन्छ मगवायरहरू होइन बट हाउ डु यु एक्सप्लेन लास्ट सिजनको टिलेमन्सको गोल याद छ लेस्टरसँगको होइन हाउ डु यु एक्सप्लेन द्याट क्या वाज द्याट फ्रेड अर म्याक्टोमिनेको फल्ट नो Maguire could have cleared that ball, sent it out for corner, sent it out for throw. For the 5 seconds he had the ball, but he chose to give it back. त्यो त Fred र McTominay को mistake हो.
No, but I think
so how would Casemiro change that for him?
No, त्यो change हुँदैन तर I think even त्यो गोलमा हैन I think if I don't know Maguire is to 90% blame for that goal हैन तर I think 10% DGI को नि गल्ती छ जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई on that goal.
Okay, म अर्को कुरा पनि भन्छु है नितिश I know you तिमीले गेम हुन्छ नि अनफर्चुनेटली अब पुरै हेर्न पाएनौ हैन लाइभ तर अतुल यु वाच द गेम लाइभ हैन तिमीलाई म त्यो टाइम स्ट्याम्प पनि थाहा छैन आई डोन्ट इभन नो इफ यु रिमेम्बर इट हैन बट इफ यु हेभ बीन हुन्छ नोटिसिङ थिङ्स विथ मगवायर एन्ड दिए यु माइट हेभ नोटिस इट टुडे क्या मार्टिनेजले एउटा बल हैन he almost made that pass to David Gia like Maguire would हैन but he डमी खेलेर उले थ्रोको लागि ट्याग दियो त्यो बल What would Maguire do?
Yeah, second half, man.
What would Maguire do?
Yeah, bro, there are two things. There are two things Harry Maguire would have done, right? And both of them are in detriment of that defense. Okay?
Exactly.
One, first of all, obviously, what he would do is pass back to David De Gea. David De Gea, obviously, usko feet work राम्रो छैन है. Feet saving राम्रो छ तर foot work राम्रो छैन on the ball. So David De Gea first of all uncomfortable हुन्थ्यो हैन so he would shank it away with his left foot त्यो कहाँ जान्थ्यो थाहा नै छैन है
it could have fallen right there
Maguireले के गर्थ्यो त exactly you never know what would have happened second उले के गर्थ्यो भन्दाखेरि he would try to do too much त्यो मान्छेलाई बीट गर्न खोज्थ्यो हैन अनि त्यो मान्छेले जब बल खोज्छ नि त्यसले जर्सी समातेर ढाल्थ्यो के त्यसलाई के which he has actually done के I don't remember if it's last season or त्यो
last season against Watford नि only sack भएको
गेम त्यो मात्रै हैन के आफूको टिमलाई लडाउने मात्रै हैन के रिमेम्बर त्यो स्पर्ट्ससँग गेममा त्यसले सलाई नै लडाएको थियो नि सलाई ताने just कमिको फेरि
लास्ट सिजन छोड्दिनु भएन यही सिजन ब्राइटनलाई ट्रोसार्डलाई त्यसले एउटा खुट्टा यस्तो समातेर झार्दै
he has been one of the most terrible signings here like
as a team gameplay change हुन्छ हैन तर एउटा इन्डिभिजुअल प्लेयरको हुन्छ नि स्टाइल अफ प्ले त अर्को प्लेयरले चेन्ज गर्न सक्दैन सो द्याट्स व्हाट मगवायर इज क्या अहिले हुन्छ नि अर्को कुरा क्या अब आजको गेमको अर्को पोइन्ट भन्छ है मैले ब्रुनोलाई पिन पोइन्ट गर्न खोजेको हैन तर अतुलले भनेको थियो नि ही वुड डु अर नितिशले ही वुड डु टु मच भनेर जस्तो हैन त्यो हाम्रो ओन गोल स्केयर थियो नि मार्टिनेजले त्यो ओन गोल अफ द लाइन सेभ गरे हैन क्या we were lucky हैन the ball hit Martinez हैन because Martinez was standing there
you were just at the right spot at that time you were just there
any other day and any other second and it would be a goal
Maguire would never be there
I don't know Maguire would did you notice how Bruno could have left the ball and it would go out Bruno le त्यो ball हाने किन के
धन्नै रेड
त्यो चाहिँ हेर्न दाइ आई थिङ्क देयर
धन्नै रेड
किनकि
त्यो चाहिँ
होइन bro,
त्यसमा पनि
if Bruno was-
पनि
होइन, मैले भन्न
पाँच
खोजेँ- okay,
inch-
no, let me elaborate myself and make it like super clear for you guys. Okay, मैले बुझेँ क्या, if Bruno was standing in front of the goal, होइन, I understand that क्या, letting the ball go, it might be inside the goal. तर उसको भिजनमा दुइटै पोस्ट देखिरहेको थियो क्या ब्रो, which means होइन, he was totally outside of the goal क्या. अनि त्यो बलको डिरेक्सन होइन खुट्टा हुन्छ नि डमी गर्दै क्या त्यो कर्नरलाई जान्थ्यो त्यसले छोड्दियो नि he did not have anyone behind him because he was practically standing on the line क्या. So why would he kick that ball क्या मैले नबुझेँ क्या किन
5 इन्चले गर्दा न त मार्टिनेज वुड गेट अ रेड कार्ड
किन क्या त्यो एक्स्ट्रा किन गरिरह क्या आर्म ब्यान्ड भएर like you want to show that हुन्छ नि तिमी like defensively खतरा गरिरहेछौ because I'm the captain of the day भनेर you did something so stupid होइन that would have easily costed us 2 points होइन out of the 3 we won on a day like this against Liverpool क्या because you chose to do that क्या त्यो dumbass काम गरेको त्यसले यस्तो रिस उठाएको थियो मलाई
तर त्यसमा चाहिँ दाइ हैन देयर इज अ लिटल बिट अफ अब आई डोन्ट नो इफ दिस ह्यापन or not but if it didn't हैन there would be a little bit of blame for David De Gea too to be honest किनभने त्यो त किपरले पनि कल गर्नु पर्ने हो नि त so त्यही भएर म there might be two things that could have happened भन्छु के either David De Gea called for the ball to be left हैन अनि Bruno Fernandes in the moment of panic हैन उले बल क्लियर गर्न खोज्यो अनि we got lucky to not concede. The second thing is David De Gea never called for him to leave the ball के अनि that's one of the weakness that David De Gea has क्या त्यो दाइ नीतिश दाइले भन्नुभएको नि he is not commanding के you when you look at him he makes brilliant saves yes हैन
आज पनि
he made a save खुट्टाले हैन एउटा he made a brilliant save
Martinez would have scored an own goal himself होइन
तर
David De Gea ले त्यो सेभ गर्यो
I know he saved it.
yeah
Don't you guys think त्यो लिभरपुलको गोलमा he should have done better?
who
no I think he did I think
oh DA
लिभरपुलको गोलमा I don't blame anybody to be honest
लिभरपुलको गोलमा Varane should have done better because Salah was flying from behind him
No.
that's why त्यो गोल हुने बित्तिकै डेभिड डीले त्यो गोल
No.
डेभिड डी मेक्स अनि सुन्नु सक्नुहुन्छ के डेभिड डी would have made that save any other day हैन उसको सिग्नेचर मुभ हुन्छ नि खुट्टाले सेभ गर्ने it was in the zone क्या but ठ्याक्क डेभिड डी त्यो गोल खाने बित्तिकै उठेर सिधै भरानतिर कराएको थियो अनि 3-4 चोटि रिप्ले गर्दा मैले के देखेँ भने डेभिड डी मेड द सेभ हैन एन्ड सॉ इट कम्फर्टेबली गोइङ टुवर्ड्स हिज डिफेन्डर हु इज लाइक 6'4" टल क्या but he never anticipated हुन्छ नि 5'11" Salah to like fly behind of 6'4" Varane हैन so Varane चाहिँ अलिकति हुन्छ नि स्टेडी हुनुपर्ने थियो त्यो टाइममा Varane हेरेर बस्यो Salah पछाडिबाट आएर हान्थ्यो क्या like come on man the ball is inside 6-yard line क्या you have to be able to हुन्छ नि block come between like the attacking player and the ball क्या at least
No,
त्यो चाहिँ I give त्यो चाहिँ म दिएको fault
No. Maybe I'm being too critical होइन of De Gea, but I think त्यो जुन सेभ गर्यो नि to get the ball got parried होइन I think he should have done better on the initial save जस्तो लाग्छ क्या मलाई चाहिँ like he could have
त्यही होइन I totally understand हैन
मैले चाहिँ त्यो भने he should have like put it like towards to the side क्या अलि त्यो त डेन्जर एरियामै थियो नि त त्यो जुन सेभ थियो नि he could have just parried it out भने मात्रै हो maybe I'm being too critical but
होइन ठिक छ I get your point they definitely could have done better हैन but
yeah
goal itself was Varane goal wrong
There are definitely things David De Gea can improve on हैन तर मलाई चाहिँ फेरि यो लिभरपुलको गोलमा I don't think there was a lot he could have done भरानको चाहिँ I think त्यो he didn't go like close to Salah त्यो जम्प गर्दाखेरि दुईजना हैन which I agree तर एक दुई चोटी चाहिँ मलाई like त्यो क्रसहरु आउँदाखेरि द त्यो डेभिड De Geaको हेजिटेन्सीले हैन यति chaos create हुन्छ नि हाम्रो बक्समा like there are so many instances where he can just come in अनि किपरले त obviously every time referee को advantage पाउँछ नि यार हैन you have your whole you can use your whole body to leap हैन हात भएपछि उसको त्यो हाइट र उसको त्यो जम्पले गर्दा त he already has that advantage किन जादैन के लाइक हुन्छ नि अरु किपरहरु there are so many times like आजको गेममा पनि there were 2 instances where the ball came in अनि he could have just gone and maybe punched the ball away or caught it क्या तर गर्दैन हैन अनि त्यो बल त्यसले छोड्दिन्छ अनि त्यसपछि अट्याकिङ टिमले त्यो बल डी बक्समा जित्यो भने देयर इज सो मच केओस अराउन्ड इट क्या अनि त्यो कुरामा चाहिँ लाइक I just don't feel comfortable with David De Gea anymore, man. Last season, I fully supported him. But then at the end of last season, म फेरि गरे हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ there were so many instances where I found the same thing. Like, सोल्टी अलिकति आउन यार, किपर हो यार. Like, that is your job, man. होइन सोल्टी कति वर्षमा जोइन भएको युनाइटेड 17 होइन 17 18 something like that, right? Like 20 years old. 20 देखि अहिलेसम्म ब्रोले त्यो इम्प्रुभै गरेको छैन त. So at one point, होइन अब like I think it might be time for change too, man. Like we have to look at an option where we need to get a goalkeeper. AC Milan को goalkeeper लिएर आयो भने त सही हुन्थ्यो यार. यस्तो दामी छ यार AC Milan को. Anyways, we're drifting off topic, होइन. अब हेन्डरसन सोल्टीले I think he burnt too many bridges त्यो इन्टरभ्यू गरेर होइन टक स्पोर्टसँग. I think he shouldn't have done it. The way he spoke, होइन, about like, टेनहरूले मलाई देखा भए, I think the manager would have probably wanted me to stay. भनेर भने होइन. Like, what? Don't you want the new manager to look at you and be like, yeah, he should be my number one? Okay, anyways. अर्को एउटा मलाई चाहिँ के कुरा लिएर आउन मन लाग्यो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ होइन यो we talked about a little bit of the new signings, होइन. Do you think, is there any chance United are gonna bring in any more players?
I think at least Anthony चाहिँ आउँछ होला because our speculation हो होइन, he apparently missed a few training sessions, he missed the game होइन. अनि Ajax are already looking forward to like bring GH back on the roster, maybe for Anthony replacement होइन. अनि आज अब एन्थोनीको त्यो लिक भएको फोटो I'm not sure how authentic it is होइन, but apparently Anthony was enjoying United game as a with his mate. So yeah, I think Anthony is almost a done deal. Plus हाम्रो हिरो छ नि Fabrizio Romano, उसले पनि हिन्ट्स दिन थालिसक्यो होइन. I'm not sure why United को साइनिङ्सहरु यस्तो के भन्ने अब behind closed doors हुन्छ जहिले पनि होइन. Be loud के हुन्छ नि, everyone know like हुन्छ नि आउँदैछ भनेर क्या. अनि अर्को कुरा हो ड्याङ ब्रो, क्यासेमिरो किन्ने पैसा छ रहेछ नि होइन, पोसिबल पनि छ रहेछ. Why did not हुन्छ नि हामीले क्यासेमिरोलाई जुलाईमा किन नकिने क्या, अहिलेसम्म टिममा ब्लेन्ड इन हुने किन नबना क्या. What were they waiting for? So that you was the first 3-4 games. अनि राम्रै खेल्यो भन्छ नकिन्दिने, टुस खेल्यो भन्छ बल्ल किन्नु पर्ला भनेर बस्या तिमीहरु.
यो सब यो मुजी यो ग्लेजर्स फकिङ फ्यामिली हो के ब्रो. यस्तो चुतियाहरु ओनर छ नि हाम्रो क्लबको ब्रो होइन, यस्तो चुतिया मान्छेहरु हो के यिनीहरु के. एक हप्ता अगाडि जब they were protest होइन, Glazers out भनेर protest भयो होइन. Nobody came up, there was no public buyer at that point होइन. There was no viable option. Glazersले बेच्यो भन्यो नि कसलाई बेच्ने भनेर क्वेशन थियो नि त. So they knew they still had that power. किनभने किन्ने मान्छे कोही छैन, यिनीहरु हल्ला मात्रै गरेर बस्छ. हामीले के गर्ने हो र भनेको, we can be in Florida when the protest is going on in Manchester. त्यही भएर त हामीले Rabiot र Arnautovic किन्न खोजेको राइट. तर झड्का के कसले हान्यो, सर जिम ऱ्याडक्लिफले हान्नु भयो कि झड्का. When he came out हैन, उसको spokesperson आएर भन्यो नि that him and his company were willing to buy a minority stake in United भनेर आयो नि, with a possibility of gaining full ownership of the club हैन. त्यसपछि what happened, त्यो online protest, the intensity of the protest that was already announced to happen today, it got increased. यिनीहरुको काम के छ, which they've already been doing always हैन. यो ग्लेजर्स मुजीहरु नयाँ टोय किने हो के, यो बच्चा रुँदाखेरि आइप्याड देखाएर ला यो गेम खेल ला नरो भन्छ नि, त्यही गरे हो कि यिनीहरुले के म्युजिक खातीहरुसँग. सी if they want to हैन, यिनीहरुले म्यासिभ वर्ल्ड क्लास साइनिङ 3 दिनमा गर्न सक्दो रहेछ के. तर 3 fucking days dude. Frankly Dionलाई 3 महिना लगायो, अहिलेसम्म आएको छैन
ब्रो. क्यासेमिरो आउने थियो रहेछ चान्स भन्ने, वाइ ऱ्याबियटको पछाडी किन लाग्यो क्या. Who the fuck is Rabiot?
यो हैन, यो म्यानेजरको फर्स्ट चोइस हैन के. There is definitely probably there was a list हैन. तर this is going back to whatever happened with Louis van Gaal too. Louis van Gaalको फर्स्ट चोइस एंगल डि मारिया थिएन नि. Sadio Mane थियो. But Liverpool decided to go with someone who would sell their fucking jerseys. होइन साइडियो माने लिभरपुलको काले को आएर के खेल्छ भनेर होइन यसले जर्सी बेच्दैन भनेर एङ्गल डिमारियामा गयो कि 1 वर्षमा बेच्नु पर्यो कि
स्नेक
होइन यो तोरी लाउने ओनर्सहरू त होइन ब्रो आई गेट सो freaking angry when I think about them, होइन I just want them to fucking just please bro 17 वर्ष भइसक्यो कि चुसिसकिस् के यो क्लबबाट होइन $1.5 billion bro they've taken out from this fucking club. युनाइटेडमा ओल्ड ट्राफर्डमा पानी पर्यो भने स्टेडियमबाट लिक हुन्छ यार पानी यार. How much more do you want bro? How much more do you want to take the money out of this fucking club? पुग्दैन भनेको 500 मिलियनमा किनेको क्लबले तपाईँ $1.5 billion दिइसक्यो 17 वर्षमा पुग्दैन भनेको
ब्रो बेच्यो भने अन टप अफ द्याट अर्को 2 बिलियन आउँछ
अर्को 2 बिलियन होइन तर मलाई
$6 billion मा बेच्नु पर्ने रे $6 billion just take the fucking money and
I think यो सबै त्यो के रे जुन यो I think त्यो जिम ऱ्याडक्लिफको जुन आयो नि होइन त्यो पनि I think it only came I think यो ग्लेजर्सहरूले यो प्रोटेस्टको त्यो वेभ कम गर्नको लागि चाहिँ I think they leaked false news into the media. They are looking for some minority selling of the stake भनेर I think false उ गरे जस्तो लाग्यो के just to calm it down के मलाई त्यस्तो लाग्छ है honestly भन्नुपर्दा because these are no I think that's just a tactic because they are terrible के अनि they just want to take the focus away from them and then blame it on someone के हुन्छ नि managers like गरोस् अथवा like they let other members within the United hierarchy take the blame होइन but never themselves के अनि त्यो त्यस्तो लाग्छ मलाई चाहिँ होइन तर I think somehow it worked अनि as the protest was supposed to happen होइन अनि they just got the perfect त्यो के रे उ के distraction के हुन्छ नि प्रोटेस्ट हुनु पनि सबजना क्यासेमिरोको पछाडि अटोग्राफ दियो भन्दै कुदिरहेको थियो कि अनि द वे दे ब्रट क्यासेमिरो लाइक त्यो जुन टाइममा क्यासेमिरो भित्र ल्यायो नि होइन त्यो फोटोजहरू आइरहेको थियो नि होइन जस्ट बिफोर द गेम वेन फ्यान्स वर लाइक स्टार्टिङ टु कम अन हुन्छ नि त्यो हुन लागेको त्यो के अरे प्रोटेस्टलाई पनि आई थिङ्क मेलो डाउन गर्यो क्या आई थिङ्क दे आर भेरी त्यो के अरे स्याल जस्तो चतुर भन्छ नि होइन त्यो चाहिँ तिनीहरू स्याल जस्तो चतुर चाहिँ छ क्या तिनीहरू चाहिँ
अहिलेसम्म एक्जिस्टेन्समा जति पनि नराम्रो वर्ड छ पिक गरेर एउटा भन्दै तिनीहरूलाई मिल्छ
लाइक दे आर एक्सट्रिमली स्नेकी के
बट तर यस्तो भयो है यो आजको दिनमा चाहिँ होइन देयर वर अ कपल अफ टाइम्स इभन वेन क्यासेमिरोलाई बाहिर निकाल्दाखेरि पनि देयर वर ग्लेजर आउट च्यान्स इन द स्टेडियम होइन अब हामीले चाहिँ के सोच्छ भने च्यान्ट मात्र गरेर के हुन्छ भनेर भन्छ होइन तर इट हेज एन अफेक्ट जस्तो लाग्छ कि मलाई कि इट इज बेटर टु डु समथिङ देन नथिङ क्या मलाई चाहिँ त्यो लाग्छ कि होइन अनि त्यो एम्टी ओल्ड ट्राफर्ड भनेर चाहिँ विच इज अनफर्चुनेटली इट वाज नेभर गोइङ टु ह्यापन किन भन्दाखेरि द टु बिगेस्ट अर्गनाइजेसन्स द्याट आर conducting the protest, two biggest पनि भन्दिनँ is the 1958 that's hosting the protest जसले चाहिँ प्रोटेस्टको लागि प्लानिङहरू अनलाइन प्रोटेस्टदेखि के भन्छ एक्चुअल प्रोटेस्ट इन पर्सन प्रोटेस्टदेखि सबै उनीहरूले आफै गरेर आउँदा उनीहरूले अर्गनाइज गरेर आउँदा सो until and unless they actually come out and say Lord next protest ko plan ma chai hamle we are going to walk out of Old Trafford or we're going to not go into Old Trafford haina hami bahira basera protest garchu bhane samma tyo hudaina ke a couple of hashtags haina here and there is not going to do anything ke online ma त्यसरी उठ्दैन के तर glazers out भनेर चाहिँ कसरी उठ्यो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ their hashtag works because it is always trending and you guys know how fucking effective United is at looking at social media and making the decisions on out of which like हामीले युनाइटेड फ्यान्सहरूले धेरै के चिज नगरेर हैन यस्तो मान्छेलाई साइन गर्ने यताउता भनेर युनाइटेडको फ्यान्सहरूले नगरे भए यु वुड प्रोबब्ली बी वकिङ इन्स्टेड अफ क्यासेमिरो टुडे व्हाट द हो नि
एन्टोनी वुड बी प्लेइङ फर
एकदम exactly like this is all happening because of the protest के so मेरो just request हाम्रो viewers-हरु any United fan out there who comes across this podcast, any fan who wants to do their part, if you can go to the stadium, like me, like us, if you can go to the stadium, make sure you use the social media platform. Go, if you have Twitter, go follow the 1958. Go follow them. Go like do the bell button so you don't miss their notifications. Go follow Must. go follow all of these pages where they will give you a concrete plan. Like social media बाट पनि गर्न मिल्छ के, which I've taken part of, which I'm proud to say that I've taken part of online. Sending emails, leaving reviews, and affecting all of the businesses that the Glazers own. Yeah, if we don't do it, it falls upon all of us. Responsibilities. If we don't do it, the 17 years that they've owned us is going to be for the next fucking 17 years. Also 17 years, your Glazers we will be bankrupt. We will be in bro. I mean, administration.
I know.
And this will be the end of this.
The level of protest, I know it has been body rakus, it's nowhere near the level where they are scared to leave the club. Halka fear hola, it's nowhere near. मलाई जहिले पनि याद आउँछ के माइक एस्लीले न्यूक्यासल फ्यानलाई के गराएको थियो भनेर के 10 वर्ष हैन 10 वर्ष झुलायो के त्यसले हुन्छ नि च्याम्पियनशिप पुगेर च्याम्पियनशिपबाट प्रमोट भएर आएर हैन त्यसपछि just when he got like a very good deal त्यतिखेर बल्ल बेचे के आफ्नो क्लबको त्यो के रे ओभर भ्याल्युड प्राइस पाए नि साउथ इस्टबाट that's only when he sold the club के अनि त्यो the way he made those fans suffer and Newcastle fans हामीले त्यो लेभलको प्रोटेस्ट सल्युसन गराएको छैन के just how much Newcastle fans did के to get those Glazers out it has to intensify के and we should all do our part to get them rid of this club out of this club.
अतुलले भने जस्तो any contribution is a contribution के जनि अहिले अब ब्रो सोशल मिडियाबाट बल जल्दो मान्छेको करियर खतम हुन्छ आजकल हैन so we can it's a loud voice ka social media too and if we cannot be there physically let's be there like the way we can त्यसै म नि भन्छु do not buy merch from official stores because that's where they make money from too.
Exactly. Like, त्यस्तो कुराहरु चाहिँ like please हैन हाम्रो viewers we have to do our part. We have to do our part, man. We love this football club. We have to do our part because don't let a few signings change your opinion on it. Like हुन्छ नि भोलि Casemiro आज आयो भोलि एन्टोनी आउँछ पर्सि कोडी ग्यापको आउला हैन निको पर्सि लियोनेल मेसी आउँछ त्यसको भोलिपल्ट एम्बापे आउला हैन but as long as these owners
Brentford मा गएर 400 नै खाने हो के जो आए पनि
खानी हो के there is no point there is no point like just investments haru chaina केही गरे छैन पैसा मात्र लिएको छ हैन so don't fall into that trap मात्रै भन्छु म चाहिँ हाम्रो viewers-हरुलाई हैन just be aware of the PR that United spins all the time just be careful of that just make calculated decisions
and signings मात्रै हैन के signings मात्रै हैन के they are lacked in investment in every aspect के हुन्छ नि stadium म त गएको छैन हैन तर the reports we are seeing हैन it's one of the oldest stadium हैन which has not been renovated properly हैन training ground पनि like facility पनि नयाँ हुनुपर्ने हैन it has not been there अनि त्यो फुटबल क्लबको स्ट्रक्चरमा जुन हायरार्की हुनुपर्छ नि they should hire people to do the right thing हैन Ed Woodward थियो क्या handling transfer negotiations who knows nothing about football like I mean that's because Glazers made that decision के हुन्छ नि एउटा राम्रो फुटबल डिरेक्टर हायर नगरेर just to save some amount of money I guess they just let Ed Woodward do the thing के I know Ed Woodward was good on commercial deals and all these things like not against him on that one but then he had no football knowledge to transfer negotiation कसरी गर्ने he had no idea on like footballing terms of things right or banking aspect he was probably a great negotiator हुन्छ नि commercial deals he probably was a great negotiator but then these owners man like त्यो हुन्छ नि त्यो जोजे मरिनोले इन्टरभ्यु दिएको थियो नि त्यो पानीको बोतल क्या त्यो के रे एउटा मात्रै पानीको बोतल थियो अनि त्यसपछि त्यसले त्यो अर्को बोतल के खोज्दाखेरि I was saving money for the summer transfer window भनेको थियो नि this is how we do it at this club त्यो याद आउँछ कि मलाई झलझली के like the way subtle comments Jose Mourinho and Louis van Gaal used to make हैन अनि Louis van Gaal and Jose Mourinho को चाहिँ subtle comments हुन्थ्यो तर Ralph Rangnick को चाहिँ सिधै हुन्थ्यो नि ब्रुटल क्या
brutal
I think that's how Germans are हैन म काममा पनि कोही Germans I work with some Germans के and they are like very straightforward के हुन्छ नि अनि के रे that was like अनि they did not like it के हुन्छ नि Ralph Rangnick like he said You need to clear out the entire dressing room. And they knew it was going to be expensive. So they just let him go. Like, usko deal,
True.
contract, कति थियो हुन्छ नि, pay गरेर, like, just get out of this club भनेर भन्यो के. So those owners, man.
United को current administration लाई United as a foundation, United को के भन्ने अब DNA भनेर खुब उफार्छ नि हामीलाई social media मा United DNA. You know how or when I realized they do not give a fuck के हाम्रो home kit भन्ने बित्तिकै हैन के आउँछ तिमीहरुलाई red shirt, white shorts अनि black socks अनि हैन हामीले home kit मा हैन red shirt र black shorts लाएर खेल्यो के एउटा पुरै सिजन के त्यो हाम्रो कलर नै हैन के युनाइटेडको गीतमै छ रेड व्हाइट एन्ड ब्ल्याक के हैन ल एडिडासले डिजाइन गर्यो नि हु अप्रुभ दैट शिट के समवन हु डिड नट गिभ अ फक अबाउट आवर ट्रेडिसन के दे हाम्रो एडमिनिस्ट्रेसन दे
It's the ownership, man. The ownership. We like
bro,
this
तिमी भन
freaking ownership, man.
लिभरपुलको ल भोलि एउटा खतरा लिभरपुलको छ न्यू ब्यालेन्स छ हैन अहिले ल भोलि एडिडासले 1 बिलियन दियो हामीलाई एडिडासले 750 मिलियन दिएको थियो हैन एडिडास नाइकी रिबोक जोसुकै होला 1 बिलियन देला रे के हैन अनि लिभरपुलको होम किट हुन्छ नि अल रेड के रेड शर्ट रेड शोर्ट्स रेड सक्स छ नि हैन मोजा मात्रै सेतो बनाएर देखाओस् त ल हैन एनफिल्डको लोयलहरुले कहिले पनि एक्सेप्ट गर्दैन के
तर आई थिंक त्यसमा चाहिँ like I know हामीले अब जे कुरा नि ग्लेजर्सलाई गाली गर्न सजिलो छैन तर I don't think Glazers made the decision about like कुन कलरको किट
I know made the decision हैन तर administration भन्छ नि administration is not just the people on the top cat whole body नै
हैन तर कस्तो हो
I'm absolutely sure त्यो मोरिनोको सिजनमा भएको कुरा हो I'm absolutely sure त्यो मोरिनोको डिसिजन त हुँदैन
मोरिनोको हैन तर
one of the ugliest kids too.
One of the hierarchy
it was one of the
hierarchy go हैन तर
should have been like operating officer or Ed Woodward को अन्डरमा काम गर्ने मान्छे काम
director of like sales or marketing whatever हैन तर not everything can be blamed upon the CEO of any company हैन जुन पनि डिसिजनमा तर as
body the CEO को अन्डरमा रन गरेर हाम्रो
collectively
whenever I say administration I'm talking everybody including हाम्रो backroom staffs too हुन्छ नि द होल थिङ
तर यो कुरामा फेरि यस्तो हो क्या यु क्यान्ट से ग्लेजर्सलाई ब्लेम गर्न मिल्दैन भनेर क्या किन थाहा छ किनभने जोल ग्लेजर छ नि ही इज सच अ माइक्रो म्यानेजर क्या ही वान्ट्स हिज इनपुट अन एभ्रिथिङ द्याट गोज on signings, on any sort of deals, on any sort of kit reviews, anything. There's United Muppeteers Sunny on Twitter. This guy, I know for a fact that guy has good links with the club. Some of the input or some of the news that he brings out is very accurate with what's going on. What he told about Joel Glazer was that he is so picky on contracts. Even the fucking slightest thing on a contract, Thiago Silva signed United, the season he went to Liverpool. Thiago Silva. Thiago. So the season he signed for Liverpool, United were in for him, apparently. Right? When he went in, he wanted a 4-year contract. जोल ग्लेजरले 3 वर्षको कन्ट्र्याक्ट दिन्छु भनेर 1 वर्षको कन्ट्र्याक्टमा झगडा परेर हैन थियागो लिभरपुल गएको के
ब्रो त्यो भन्दा अगाडि
दैट इज नट हिज जब
थियागो हैन
दैट इज नट हिज
जब शिट ब्रो थियागो बार्सिलोनाबाट युनाइटेड आउने बेलामा पनि सेम डे भएर बायर्न गएको हैन त एउटा प्लेयरले दुई चोटी त बुलसिट लिदैन ब्रो
अनि के रे फ्याब्रिगास पनि होल समर चेज गरे हो नि
Exactly. You Glazers ko ownership, it trickles down onto everything in the club. These guys, first of all, owners boy, but see these guys, if it's any sort of company, right? Company could now, for example, like whatever, like Apple, Google, whatever. I know. For 5 years, they're shit. They're losing money on everything. Blame Linza. Who are the stakeholders gonna blame?
Top line, obviously.
The owner. The top line blame on the. So when we blame as fans, when we blame Glazers, I don't think there is any point where we can say Glazers like त्यो limit केही पनि दिन मिल्दैन के किनभने each and every decision that they've done ever since they owned the club has been shit. तिनीहरूले 2005 मा own गर्यो. They were fucking lucky to have Ferguson or David Gill as the CEO and Ferguson as the manager. They were 2012 2013 सम्म they had nothing to do. They just sat in Florida हैन. हामीले जे गरे पनि बाल हो किनभने United were winning. But that is not the case, किनभने there were protests going on since the day they took the club. 2010 मा हामीले 2 वर्ष लगातार च्याम्पियन्स लिग फाइनल पुगेर 3 वर्ष लगातार प्रिमियर लिग टाइटल जित्दाखेरि पनि there were protests going on and the protest is still going on. So anybody that comes up to me and says, "Oh, we're only doing the protest because we're not winning."
No, hell no, bro. 2009-10 ko season ma pani green or gold until Glazers die or fall.
David Beckham le green or gold ko scarf liera he walked on Old Trafford ke हैन. That's a big fucking statement हैन. So मलाई चाहिँ के लाग्छ भन्दाखेरि everything that is wrong with this club right now has to go with the Glazers ke, because any owner of a sport team would what's the first thing you would want to do as a sport team? Win, man. What's the point of owning a sports team if you don't want to win?
Like the more you win, the more fans you get, the more good deals you will get.
Exactly.
Commercial relationships better, so you get better sponsors, you get all the prize money. Why don't you want to stay on top? Like like if you're struggling, that was a different thing. When you were already on top, and all your competitors are like spending so much money, and City le jab start garin they should have like त्यो हुन्छ नि ल यो कम्पनीले यस्तो गर्न लाग्यो ल हामीले पनि we need to invest more, we need to do these things भनेर किन नलाग्यो के, like we are losing all the fan base. अहिले हेर्यो भने युनाइटेड को त्यो के रे fan base हुन्छ नि outside of the in Middle East के हुन्छ नि, City has I think one of the biggest fan base के. It's like last 10 years
obviously
when United had the chance to invest more and get a lot of fans from the Middle East, but they did nothing with it. And all City ko त्यो presence area in Middle East ma, even in Asia, June market ma, United had not reached out. City gained a lot of fans. June potential realized they never did it. Like जति भयो त्यो के रे Alex Ferguson era ma like 2008 2010 सम्म भयो के. After that we probably lost fans के हुन्छ नि त्यो जुन फ्यान्सहरु बल स्टार्ट गर्दै थियो नि हुन्छ नि हेर्न अनि के रे
probably definitely lost
fans के
and we lost potential fans. So someone born in 2002 or 2003 or 2005 who did not start watching football until like 2013 14 or 14 15 United la support unless they were born in Manchester why would they support United okay यो कुरामा अर्को कुरा थप दिन्छ मान्छेहरुले फेरि also winning team लाई मात्र support गर्छ glory hunter भने okay होला glory hunter. Who do you think Chelsea fans are right now? Who do you think City fans are right now? Who do you think New Liverpool fans are right now? So local fan ले मात्रै यति ठुलो भएको हो हैन नि
कस्तो हुन्छ भन्दै अब हामी we are not locals नि त हैन अनि के रे हामीले टिभीमा हेर्दाखेरि only the team that are winning that comes into the news तिनीहरुकै फोकस हुन्छ. That's what we are given हैन त्यो हेर्दै नहेरेको टिमलाई कसरी सपोर्ट गर्ने के त्यही भने everything you watch
हामी म्यानचेस्टरमा जन्मे हैन हामी बाहिर जन्मेको like most majority of United fans, most of us 90% of United fans in the world right now were born outside of England. Why would we support a team in England? Because they play good football. By playing good football, we mean they're winning. They're playing good football. They have good players, हैन. अनि त्यो भएर मन पर्ने हो नि त, हैन. नत्र यतिकै randomly ओइ ल उठ्यो हैन अनि त्यसपछि जन्मिदैखेरि हैन ल त बोर्नमाउथ फ्यान, त क्रिस्टल प्यालेस फ्यान, त युनाइटेड फ्यान भनेर पठाएन नि त. We saw something we liked and that's how we started following it. And because sports भनेको कुरै त्यही हो के, you do not just fall in love with the team in the first game के bro. You watch for some time and suddenly तिमीलाई थाहा नभए नभए तिमी एउटा टिमतिर बायस भइसक्या हुन्छ ब्रो हैन. And suddenly the team becomes bigger than your life.
हैन अहिले कुरा गर्नु पर्यो भने न्युकासलको नेपालमा कति जना फ्यान होला हैन. In 5 years हुन्छ नि they will it
हुन्छ
will
नि त्यहाँ अब बिस्तारै
Bro,
बिस्तारै
it will
अलिअलि
like
तिमीलाई
it will go
नितिश
so
तिमी र
up.
म फर्स्ट टाइम होइन तिमी र म फर्स्ट टाइम 2011 मा भेटे ब्रो सिटी फ्यान कोही थियो
ह्यान्डफुल मेरो एउटा साथी थियो क्या स्कुलमा होइन लिभरपुल सपोर्ट गर्थ्यो होइन हि चेन्ज इट टु सिटी के हुन्छ नि त्यो त्यतिखेर
कुन चाहिँ त्यो-
सामिर नाज
त्यो नेपाल-
पनि यताउता सब साइन गरेको थियो सिटीले
त्यो सब पछि हो त्यो 2011-12 मा ब्रो तिमीलाई जोक भन्छु क्या एउटा के अरे रियल हो तर जोक जस्तै हो ब्रो त्यो 2010-11 त्यही हामी MUFC फर्म गरेको एरातिर क्या 11-12 तिर त्यो एनटिभीमा एउटा त्यो आउँछ नि नेपाल टेलिभिजनको क्या त्यो फुटबलको क्विज गर्ने क्लबको फ्यानहरू बोलाएर अनि विनरलाई त्यो बकवास सो आउँथ्यो नि एउटा हो त्यसमा बोलाएको थियो होइन सबजनालाई अनि युनाइटेडबाट चाहिँ राजन त्यतिखेर एडमिन थियो नि त एनएफएमको अनि राजनले चाहिँ मलाई पुजनलाई शैलेन्द्र दाईलाई तपाईँहरू गइदिनु भन्यो क्या ल ठिक छ भनेर शैलेन्द्र दाई म पुजन गएँ होइन अनि त्यहाँनिर फर्स्ट क्वेसन त्यहाँ सिटी फ्यान थियो टोटनह्याम फ्यान थियो युनाइटेड फ्यान थियो लिभरपुल फ्यान थियो होइन फर्स्ट क्वेसन कहिलेदेखि सपोर्ट गर्न थाल्यो तेरो टिम कति टाइम भयो होइन यो 2005-12 को कुरा हो ब्रो होइन त्योभन्दा 11 पनि भन्दिनँ 12 दिएँ मैले होइन अनि एउटा सिटी फ्यानले सानले भन्यो 5 वर्ष भयो सपोर्ट गरे अरे क्या कसलाई सपोर्ट गरे तैँले 5 वर्ष अगाडि स्टेफेन आइल्यान्ड र जर्जिया सामारसलाई
रिचर्ड डनलाई
who the fuck are you bullshitting क्या bro
Richard Dunlap.
as a football fan तेरो त्यो रेज्युमे बढाउनलाई बुलसिट नगर्न ब्रो होइन मैले त्यही भने ती सबै ब्रो सिटी फ्यान चाहिँ सबै हुन्छ नि अगुएरोबाट सिटी फ्यान भयो क्या ब्रो मेबी त्यो भन्दा अगाडि एफए कप
मेबी आई थिङ्क वेन रबिन्यो केम होइन आई थिङ्क इट स्टार्टेड फ्रम देयर जस्तो लाग्छ है मलाई चाहिँ
होला अलिअलि होला ब्रो बट नेपाली फ्यान्स डिड नट गिभ अ फक अबाउट सिटी अन्टिल हुन्छ नि 2011 को एफए कप विन क्या ब्रो जब जेभेसहरू सबै गएर हाम्रो याया टुरेहरू आयो राम्रो फुटबल खेल्न थाल्यो नि ब्रो सिटीलाई त के अरे शेख मन्सुरले त 8 मै किनिसकेको थियो नि बट हु डिड दे साइन फकिङ के त बेन्जानी अनि के अरे पोर्ट्समाउथबाट बेन्जानी किनेको थियो होइन म्यानेजरियल पारामा म्यानेजरियल वेमा हेर्ने भने सिटी फ्यान्स इन नेपाल हुन्छ नि only became City fans in Nepal होइन since City brought in Mancini as manager क्या Mark Hughes हुने बेलासम्म no one in Nepal gave a fuck about City.
I think they were a handful
because you know how I know because Manciniले City manage गर्न थाल्ने बेलामा होइन it had been 8 years since I started watching football. I never seen one City fan ever.
मैले चाहिँ होइन मैले चाहिँ like honestly भन्नुपर्दा when they signed Robinho होइन I saw a few fans हुन्छ नि ल अब सिटी सपोर्ट गर्नु पर्यो हुन्छ नि they did not used to watch football regularly होइन अनि के अरे or they were very frustrated with their teams हुन्छ नि एकदमै लगाव नभएको अनि they kind of switched to Man City मैले चाहिँ एक दुईजना देखाएको थिएँ होइन तर I think after
त्यस्ता स्विचरहरू
तर after same timeline होइन अर्को इक्जाम्पल दिन्छु क्या के अरे आर्गुमेन्ट होइन अनि सिटी फ्यान like what's the point behind you being a City fan हुन्छ नि हामीलाई युनाइटेड फ्यानलाई अनफर्चुनेटली हाम्रै हुन्छ नि घरको मान्छेहरूले क्या ओल्ड ट्राफोर्डको फेथफुलहरूले युनाइटेड फ्यान्स अराउन्ड द वर्ल्ड लाइक ग्लोरी हन्टर्स भन्छ नि त अनि सडनली सिटी फ्यान्सले पनि हामीलाई ग्लोरी हन्टर भन्न पाए क्या त्यो हाम्रो नाम भइसक्यो क्या युनाइटेड फ्यान्स आउटसाइड अफ इङ्ल्यान्ड आर ग्लोरी हन्टर्स भनेर हाम्रो नामै भइसक्यो क्या होइन अनि उनीहरूले ग्लोरी हन्टर वाइ डिड यु सपोर्ट स्टार्ट फलोइङ सिटी भनेको म त टेभेस फ्यान हो ब्रो टेभेस जता गयो त्यति सपोर्ट गर्ने हो भने क्या सो त अहिले सिटीको जर्सी लाएर आएर म टेभेस फ्यान हो टेभेस जता गयो त्यति जान्छ भने सो 2 इयर्स अगाडि त युनाइटेड फ्यान हो होइन युनाइटेड त मलाई कहिल्यै मन पर्ने ब्रो वाट उसलाई कोरिन्थियन्सदेखि खतरा लाग्थ्यो अरे टेभेस वेस्ट ह्यामको पनि फरेभर ब्लोइङ बबल्स गाउँदै बस्यो होला त्यो होइन वेस्ट ह्यामको गेम हेर्दै सो एनीवे टाइम अति धेरै ऱ्यान्ट खतरा भयो होइन लेट्स मुभ अन टु आवर लास्ट टपिक अफ द डे होइन सो के अरे अब आजको गेम हेरिसकेपछि होइन इज द्याट युर स्टार्टिङ 11 or would you still take some players out of today's starting 11 होइन based on who we sign?
अब साइनिङ गर्यो भने त डिपेन्ड्स अन द्याट अब साइनिङ गरेन भने चाहिँ
स्टार्टिङ 11 मा चाहिँ रिप्लेस McTominay with Casemiro है
अनि
या obviously त्यो अनि एलाङ्गाको ठाउँमा मार्सियल राख्ने मार्सियलले अप टप खेलाउने
अनि is that our starting 11 for the season or would you still not be happy with some of them?
I mean, that's the starting 11 that we have.
Like, if we make signings, given that we brought in Anthony, who would you replace?
I mean, I would take out Rashford.
I think I would take out Rashford.
Take out Rashford and Martial.
Rashford scored a goal today, but he could have easily scored another 2. And Martial, I pick Martial over Rashford अहिले चाहिँ हैन किनकि Martial came in the pitch and he gave a very good assist. It was a brilliant pass, Martial ko त्यो. He gave a really good assist to Rashford. Rashford had a couple of chances to return the favor, but he didn't care.
I mean,
he just wasn't able to.
Of course not.
I think Martial's problem is he's just lazy, he does not have the intensity every game. The consistency छैन तर in terms of like raw footballing skills, I think he's pretty good. I always
Martial is far better than Rashford.
Martial has that potential, तर I think it's I mean जुन लेभलमा हामीले साइन गरेको थियो Tony Martial 50 million teenager, he has not lived up to that potential, but I think he still has that raw talent which he can do a lot. I mean that's why I would prefer him over Rashford. I mean I would
we're pretty close to having a decent starting 11 and thus so far.
I mean,
Casemiro walks in. But then Anthony walks in. We're looking pretty good.
But then यो कुरामा चाहिँ Casemiro walks in on who was Casemiro playing in Real Madrid with? Modric and Toni Kroos. Modric and Toni Kroos.
Brunoसँग बसिरहेछ.
They would like hold the ball so much, they would make like great passes, they would not lose position easily. हाम्रो टिममा 5-yard pass गर्ने player राम्रो छैन के. Casemiro would have to like do a lot के हुन्छ नि. अनि so I don't know. I hope he works out. I'm maybe being too pessimistic, but given the players we have and the players he was playing with, he needs to adapt to Premier League. He needs to adapt with the players we have in our team. He needs to adapt with his teammates, which might take a while for him to adapt, but maybe he's really good. अनि के अरे एकैछिनमा adapt पनि हुन्छ. तर I don't know. Going from Modric and Kroos to the level of our midfield, that's a big downgrade. So,
okay, like
all right. Well,
so, a lot of positive and negative आजको गेममा चाहिँ. So I would like end my week there, So before going, one thing we always do next week predictions. So what do you think against Southampton?
नितिश दाइ तपाईँ जानु पर्यो म जाने पहिला
alphabetic
ल म जान्छु ल I think I'm going to go for a draw. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw.
Nitish?
I'm going to go for a Southampton 2-1 win. James Ward-Prowse 88th minute free kick. David De Gea could steal.
Okay, we have three people on it, 3 different predictions. I think I'm going to go for a United win. 2-1. I'm clean sheet to राख्दैन, but 2-1 should be a good win.
मलाई चाहिँ like I've learned never to be optimistic with this team. I have no expectations, I have no hope. Maybe आज मैले 5-0 हार्छ सोचिरहेको थिएँ that's what I was expecting. We won, so I'm not having any expectations. I will not be carried away with this one fluke of a game.
But next week journal entry, dear diary, once again.
Once again.
Next time.
1 hour 13 minutes mark हानेछौँ. Maybe it's a good time to call it off for today's episode. Thank you Pamo Dai, thank you Nitish Dai. It's been good talking to you guys again, and thank you to the listeners as well. Again, it's a friendly reminder, if you're a United fan listening to the podcast and you want to take part in the protest that's going on, if you can't be at the stadium or march, please follow D1958 on Twitter. They post regularly how the online fans can take part in the protest against the Glazers.
Glazers out.
Glazers out. Yes, sir.
Peace.
Yeah, next time.